Good afternoon YouTube and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, well, it's slightly different to what I had planned. Those of you that follow me on Facebook and Instagram will have already seen that unfortunately yesterday I ended up dislocating my shoulder for about the 11th or 12th time now. So I've done it quite a bit. None of them have been quite as bad as this one. I'll go a bit more into detail in a second. But before I do, I want to just give you a bit of background information on the shoulder injury which I've had in the past. Let's go back to April 2015, and a week before Vienna Air King, which was an FMB Silver event, the biggest event I would have competed in at the time, I crashed whilst practicing and dislocated my shoulder, which meant that I had to miss the event, which I was really upset about. From April 2015 all the way through until August 2017, I had about 10 dislocations in that period, in that time period, and most of them I managed to get back in on my own. There was one in Spain at the contest, which was actually the last time that I had to go to the medics on site and get it put back in, but it went in with no problems. From the last dislocation until yesterday, I was really strict on my stretches, my physio, my exercises to try and strengthen the shoulder, avoiding the surgery, because the surgery's quite a long recovery, which I didn't want that much time off the bike. It would really affect my season and videos and everything that I enjoy doing. So I really wanted to try and avoid that route. However, when it came out yesterday, it was an absolute pain. It got really stuck. I'm going to go into a bit more detail in a second about that. First of all, I'm going to explain to you how it happened and show you the crash. I'll give you guys a quick warning. If you're expecting a big gnarly slam, it's not going to happen. It was the most pathetic little slip in the world. Basically, my video I was filming yesterday was similar to a 2-hour build and ride challenge like what I did with Sam. But I've been going to this Land Rover trial place a lot since I've had the e-bike, and what I wanted to do was build a little track over there. So I wasn't trying to do it in 2 hours, I was just trying to build something to ride that afternoon, get some clips, and then I was going to show it to you guys and then get your feedback so with your ideas I can develop this spot. It was going really well. Got to the point where I had a little track carved out. I thought, oh, I'll try ride it, and then this happened. My shoulder's out.
Is it?
As you can see, that wasn't the biggest crash ever. It was just a really annoying small slip, but I fell quite awkwardly, especially as my left shoulder is very weak. The position that I fell in with my arm fully extended was the worst way I could have fallen, and with the weight of that bike going the other way, it's just pulled my shoulder out. In hindsight, looking back, I probably should have been a bit more cautious about the conditions that I was riding in. My tyres were very wet. I was trying to go up onto a rubber tyre and then onto wood, but I thought it could work. With the momentum, I thought I'd be able to just get up there. It was just one of them unfortunate things. We all ride, we all take the risks, we all know what happens. That's why I'm not too angry or annoyed about it, because it's just part of the game. Straight after the crash, Jack cut the camera really quick. As you can tell, we both panicked. We tried to get it in there and then, like I have done in the past. I was a bit shocked. I kind of couldn't remember the pain. When it used to come out a lot, I was very familiar to it and could react very quick and get it back in. However, this time it felt more painful, and my arm felt like it was in a very awkward position. Like I say, we tried to get it in. That didn't work. We was deep in the woods, so we got out as quick as we could. We got in the van, ended up at the hospital where I was seen to very quickly. He tried putting it in the first time and it just wouldn't go. It was too painful for me to take. He couldn't pull hard enough on my arm. So he brought in the gas and air, stronger painkiller, and again he tried 4 times with that, and he was pulling so hard. They had a towel around me with a man pulling me that way, and he was pulling my arm the other way to try and get it to come out and go back in, but it just wouldn't go. So at that point they decided that they needed to give me a local anaesthetic and put me to sleep to have my shoulder relocated. That was it. When I woke up, it was back in. However, it did feel very painful. Like normally when your shoulder goes in after a dislocation, then you don't feel really any pain. It's normally good. I mean, in the past I've dislocated it and I've put it back in myself, and I've ridden contests after I've dislocated it before an event. I then was taken for further x-rays where it was confirmed that it was back in, and before I left the hospital I spoke to the doctor that put it in, and he said to me that it was very awkward and very difficult to get back in. It got really stuck somehow. So I'm not sure how. Maybe I twisted, maybe how I landed, maybe just the weight of the bike pulling my arm, I'm not sure, but it was really stuck. My feelings moving forward are very positive. You know, it's part of the game. injuries happen, we all know the risks. I know the risks every time I ride, and that side of it doesn't bother me at all. The time off's a little bit annoying because you just want to ride, but it's just one of them things. It's all part of it. As in regards to next steps, I want to make sure that it's fixed properly, you know. I feel like it was last time with the rehab. It was as good as it could be without the surgery, but I still had to live my life thinking about it every day. I couldn't do things where I'm reaching up high. I couldn't do things where I'm reaching out far in front or behind because the shoulder was very vulnerable. I couldn't even swim actually. You know, it would come out when I was swimming. So I just feel now that my confidence is going to be even more affected just day to day, let alone off the bike, let alone on the bike even. Which means with riding, if I come back with it just now, then I'll only be riding at 50%, and I want to be riding at 100%, not 50 for the rest of my cycling career. Things like tuck no handers or no foot cans where you're extending, or even like yesterday when I just slipped out, you're in such a vulnerable position to a dislocation. And I think just now with that in the back of my mind even more so and fresh again, I think surgery could be the best option for me at the moment. But I'm going to go to hospital, I'm going to see what they say tomorrow and work off of that. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of hard work just to get the strength in it again so I can be back shredding and making cool videos for you guys. On that note, that is the end of this video. I'm not sure what kind of content I'm going to be able to get out to you guys over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, it's really disappointing because I love making videos and I love sharing what I'm up to with you guys. But I'm going to do my best still to document all the things around riding that I'm doing. So keep an eye out because there will be videos. It's not the end, and I will be back 100% at some point, and I'll just keep you updated as to my progress and how it's getting on with the recovery. So give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.